I think back to when I was interviewed for a sales position. I was 39 years old at the time. I had a fear that working for a larger, more recognised company, that I might have some pressure on me to perform that I wasn't used to. So a well-known brand, an established brand. Thought maybe their budgets might have been difficult to achieve. Those were some of the reservations I had. How long will it take me to start making exceptionally good money? Can I make exceptionally good money? So lots of fears that I had around my initial start, but like most things in life, you take a little bit of a leap of faith mixed with information that you think's good information. And this was a brand that's been around since 1974. This is a company that I'd grown up seeing advertised on TV and obviously had a great deal of longevity. The next thing was meeting the sales team and getting a feel for how some of the more successful sales consultants were going, and that impressed me as well. So slowly my confidence in all of those things started to arrive. And it was really just a sense of enthusiasm and excitement. Within the first week I had my first sale, never really looked back from there. From what I'd seen within the marketplace and in business growing up, there were very few companies that had systems like Altec do in place to ensure that you succeed. As long as you follow those systems, you really couldn't fail. And that impressed me. And all I had to do was see if it worked for myself, and it did. 15 years later, here I am, and you certainly wouldn't stay somewhere for 15 years unless there was something there and something positive. And I've never had a bad experience from a company perspective. Everyone's willing to listen, willing to negotiate, willing to talk about everything if it has to come up. And it has a real family kind of a feel around it, the business does. And it's always had that. So.
I think if you're a self-motivated person, you do very, very well at anything that is commission only. If you're someone that needs a boss to be watching you, I don't think any opportunity that is commission only is not good for anybody. Definitely earning more now than I have earned before. I was on not a bad wicket with insurance as well. I'd actually still be doing insurance if the industry hadn't changed like it did. So my fears were also trying something new, it not working out financially, and then that good 3 to 6 months or whatever that's felt like it could be a waste of time. And then in the back of my mind, I've also got to support a family with little kids as well. So a bit of pressure there, yeah. So that was some of my initial fears in the beginning. Like I did learn from insurance as well. If you're working for good companies with good mentors and proven systems that are in place, if you follow that, you're generally okay. The support was definitely there. When I first started, I definitely wasn't someone that just grabbed it straight away and it just worked for. I did struggle for probably the good first 4 to 6 months. And and then eventually I was able to grasp it, and then it made sense to me. And I'm definitely not someone that learns something quickly. It does take me a little while, but once I get it, I'm good at it, and I can be very, very good at it once I learn it, but I'm not a quick learner sort of thing. My mentors like Frank and Rob and those sort of guys, really helped out. And if there was ever something you weren't sure of, you just fall back on the system and pull your book out and read through it, or make a phone call, and you're okay.
When coming from hospitality, I had really no idea about building as such. So we had an extensive training with Altec about designing and the engineering that's involved, and also there's lots of accounts requirements. So all what you need to actually design a project gets taught in the office. We also have a lot of mentors and people around us that can help us along the way. So we have a lot of tools that we can use, especially when you initially start. And sometimes it seems a bit daunting, but it's like most things. Once you get to learn stuff, and I've been at 11 years, I'm still learning things like in most jobs. It's very satisfying. It's quite satisfying when you actually can design something and you engineer it, and people are happy with it.